Hi everyone, I'm Chrissy. There is no more lovely, friendly, and charming relationship, communion, or company than a good marriage. Martin Luther, priest and scholar. There are two reasons why I'm using a marriage quote, and the other reason why I'm using a German quote. The reason being is I would like to talk about some of the wedding traditions of my heritage, which happens to be German. Since my family immigrated here 4 generations ago, a lot of our family traditions have been lost through time. Being born in the United States myself and never being really taught a lot of these German customs, I just have always followed the customs I've learned in the place I was born, being the United States. So, of course, when I got married, it was not in the tradition of my German heritage. I was married in a very quick Las Vegas wedding that was so much fun. I got to dress as a queen and my husband as a king, and it was just a fantasy wedding there in Excalibur Hotel and Casino. Doesn't sound very customary as far as weddings go, that's for sure. With my heritage in Germany, a wedding would last 3 days. So if I would have got married according to the way that my heritage and my customs say to get married, it would have taken me 3 days. I wouldn't have been able to get married so quickly. Let's talk about each of the 3 days of the weddings. Wedding day 1. If I would have been married in Germany, I would have been first married in a civil ceremony. That would make my marriage legal according to the country of Germany. Only close family and friends would have attended that ceremony. And then afterwards, we would all went out to eat or had a big dinner, and that's how wedding day 1 would have been celebrated. Wedding day 1 gets you legally married. Wedding day 2, your family, friends, neighbors, everyone you know, co-workers, you throw a big party, a huge bash. And guess what? They bring old pottery, china, and they smash it at you and your groom's feet. Well, this wedding tradition says it's good luck for the guests to bring old dishes to break. The newlyweds will then sweep up all of those pieces of broken glass, symbolizing that nothing will ever be broken in their house. Wedding day 3. This is when you have the elaborate religious ceremony. Preceding the ceremony, right afterwards, and I have this a little bit backwards in the slide here. After, say I would have had this big religious ceremony, I would have went outside with my groom, and we would have seen a log. Now we would saw the log in half to symbolize the tough tasks that we would face together and to symbolize that we would get through those tough tasks together. Next, the reception. At the reception, the best man will take the bride, kidnap her, and take her to, and usually she's taken to a local pub or bar. And guess what? When the groom comes to retrieve his kidnapped bride, he's the one who has to foot the bill for what his best man and his bride had just drank. Finally, at the end of the ceremony and reception, the bride will hand out a white ribbon. Now, this white ribbon will be tied to everyone's antenna of their cars. And then the cars will proceed to drive through town, honking as just as loud as they can, trying to get other people honk to wish the happy couple best of luck in their marriage. Now that I've explored what my wedding would have been like had I followed my German traditions, let's talk about how they differ from the traditions here in the United States. Here in the United States, a wedding can last minutes, an hour, a whole day. In Germany, we just learned that their custom is 3 days. United States, basically as long as we wanted to. Now, in Germany, the law is that you have to give 6 weeks notice before you can marry. Here in the United States, you just fill out a form, get your license, and you can be married within hours. In Germany, the bride is customary to wear a long white flowing wedding gown. And here in the United States, that's typically what brides wear. Now, in Germany, the dress cannot have a long train, and the veil cannot cover the bride's face. But in the United States, the bride is free to basically wear whatever kind of dress she wants. The train can be as long as it wants, and the veil can cover her face if that's what she so wishes. In Germany, of course, the bride hands out the white ribbon to be tied to the antenna of the cars. And as they go and honking and everything in town, if we were to do that here in the United States, we'd more than likely wind up with a ticket. In Germany, in their religious ceremonies, there are no bridesmaids or groomsmen. In the United States, we typically do have bridesmaids and groomsmen in our weddings. Lastly, in Germany, they put their wedding ring on their right hand. Here in the United States, we wear it on our left. Custom is the great guide to human life. David Hume. Just because we may have been born here in the United States doesn't mean that we shouldn't go and actually investigate some of the traditions and customs of our native culture. A lot of Caucasians, in my opinion, don't really explore what their heritage is. So I encourage everybody of all races to go and please explore your heritage. Give it a try. See if your heritage can be the custom to your great guide in your life. I'm Chrissy. I'd like to thank you for taking time to listen to me today.